selection and you get a job as a secretary, you don't want to remain a secretary for the rest of your life, do you? No. You want to be able to grow up and eventually one day be the boss of the company that you were once a secretary in. Are we together? So when you choose your career, think long term. We like to think very quickly because we must want to make money now. We want to be able to pay for Moet bottles in the club now. And we want to drive the VW Golf now. But that's not how it works. Because majority of the times when you start working, everybody has to start at the bottom.
So, Maswetu Mweni Shikake, the names, please welcome her. And she is also gonna inform you about the announcement that I wanted to make early. What is it that you can, what is the competition all about and how you can take part in this competition. Maswetu, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Julle is mos gevaarlik. Like, you're busy with Beppa here. I must say, ne, you guys are impressive. But anyways, good morning to you all. Good morning to the protocol that was observed. My name is Wetu Mwene. You can call me Wetu or Shay. I like to be called Shay. You know. Okay, so anyways, I'm here today to tell you guys a bit about what Namibia Media Holdings is here to do in partnership with UNAM, right? So to start off with, I mentioned my name to you guys. You guys do know that I work for MyZone, which is this beautiful logo on my left. So if you don't know about MyZone already, I think you're sleeping. You're sleeping on us. You're sleeping on yourself, actually. Ne? Do you know about MyZone? Yes. Who knows about MyZone? Your school newspaper project? You don't have a school newspaper? Do you know about it? Okay. Either ways, I'm going to share some of the insights that I have with you guys, seeing from where I work and what exactly I do. So I do work with a lot of corporate people. I work with a lot of career profiles. I do corporate and career profiles of different individuals, and I get to learn about what they do every single day. So that's normal for me. I get to learn about doctors, I learn about lawyers, I learn about biologists, and many different inspiring careers that you guys can also learn from. So that's why I'm so happy to be here today and speak to you about some of the things that excite me, which is career development, right? Okay, so I think Ms. Angela also mentioned that we have partnered with UNAM this year for this UNAM Career Open Day. That is because we think, or we take careers as an important subject to be spoken about, to be addressed. Ms. Josie earlier spoke about the realities that we do face as youth. You know, finding a job is not easy. That's a fact in Namibia, no? We all know that. Okay. So career development for youth can be seen as a two-way street. First, there's these experts that are sharing with you what they do. They tell you what they've done to get to the positions they're in. But then on the receiving end, there's you, us, the youth of Namibia. Making a difference in our own lives requires us to take the information they give us, ne? To learn from it, to grasp everything that they teach us in order for us to also excel and become better career individuals, right? So when different entities collaborate and are committed to aid and support career advancement and development, such as this career fair, we highlight the importance of projects and initiatives to be worked on, right? Now more than ever, it's very important for corporates, different companies to come together, universities to come together, students, learners to come together to learn about different careers and opportunities that there are for them. I think you can attest to it, and that's why you're here today. Okay, then, it lies within your hands, the youth, once again, to make use of career development opportunities. So as fun as it can be, I also remember the times when I was in high school. It was not too long ago. But anyways, the times when I was in high school, you know, would be so happy to leave school because, you know, you're not having maths that morning, you're not having English, you're not having biology or whatever it is. But don't take this opportunity just as such. Take it as a learning opportunity for you to get to learn about different things that you are interested in. Okay. Additionally to that, I think coming to career fairs is quite important as you go around the different exhibitions that are here or the different people that will be speaking about their faculties from UNAM. I think sharing your interests with them can help them to guide you. So if you tell them that you're interested in geography or you're interested in this and this subject, maybe they can direct you to study geology. That is an example, right? So share your interests with them. Tell them what you like to do, what subjects interest you. Tell them about what excites you when it comes to careers. Okay. So it's also important to make use of these opportunities to learn as much as you can and gravitate towards what interests you. That's what I just mentioned. One way to know if a faculty here is really what you're looking to tap into is also something that was spoken about by Ms. Josie. You should have an interest in something that you're willing to pursue. So if you have an interest in geology, which is the example at the top of my head right now, you should take it upon yourself to visit different companies and people that can help you, right? Okay. So tomorrow, we have an exciting event as well. There is going to be a Careers VX. Now, the Careers VX is a project that Namibia Media Holdings, the youth brand, MyZone, will facilitate. So there's different companies, different corporates that will come there. These are experts in their own fields, and they'll come speak to you about their offerings for high school learners, for students at UNAM, for students at NAST, whatever it is that you're interested in, they will be ready to answer your questions. So the venue is on the other side of the campus. You'll be directed if you're here tomorrow as well. And you can, get in, learn about banking, learn about accounting, learn about finance, whatever it is, health, anything, right? And I think it's also quite important to mention that when we approach different companies or entities to, work with us or to give us insights, you should ask questions that are going to profit you. Not necessarily questions to make fun of people or, trying to be funny. Those things can be left for other times. But take it as a serious learning opportunity. Okay, so the theme for the Career VX this year is penetrating the job market. So penetrating the job market, like I mentioned earlier, getting a job is not easy, and that's just a fact. We live in Namibia, and jobs are not easy to maintain or even to get in the first place. Okay, so the theme of penetrating the job market was motivated by what I just mentioned. And I think this fact is quite alarming and we need to address it. So at the Career VX, we also learn from different experts in their fields as entrepreneurs that have also come to share their stories. So if you're not able to get a job, there is an alternative for you. And you can start your own business, you can start your own enterprise that you can create employment for your peers or for those that are around you. Okay? So additional to that, there is a competition that we've come up with, MyZone. So if you are intending to study at UNAM, I didn't see the hands that were raised earlier for those that want to study at UNAM, but quickly show me, who has applied to UNAM already? Okay, it's giving 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you guys, there's a competition for you guys, right? There is a number that I want you to remember or to save onto your phones to start off with. So take notes. So it's 085 78 56 231. I'll say it again. So 085 78 56 231. Should I say it again? Okay, 085, the last time, 085 78 56 231. Yes. So onto that number, you go onto your WhatsApp. We are all on WhatsApp these days. If you are texting me offline, show me, I don't have Wi-Fi, I don't have credit, I'm not going to respond. So text onto this number, #CareerVX. CareerVX, hashtag CAREERVX. Okay, I'll say it again. To this number on WhatsApp, ne? You text hashtag, all together, hashtag CAREERVX. Okay, so that will allow you guys to win $5,000 worth of registration for the first semester at UNAM. So that means we will be covering your registration fees with UNAM for the first semester in 2024. So if you're interested, please do follow MyZone on social media. Those that are familiar with MyZone and know about the school newspaper project, you're welcome to do so and join the competition for your lucky giveaway, if we can call it that. It's a small giveaway, but I think it will make a difference for you guys that are intending to study at UNAM. Thank you.
We should call now Mr. Christos Katire. We have come to the end of actually our first half of the program because we want you after this to go to the different tables that are there to get information. These tables are representing the different faculties that was just mentioned by Ms. Josie. So we will direct you how we will do it. So please do visit the table so that you can get the information that you need. Mr. Christos, the floor is yours. Please give a hand of applause to Mr. Christos, and after that we will have our singer.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Naubes. Good morning to all the staff members. Good morning to all the exhibitors. Good morning to our guests. Good morning to our students. Good morning to you learners. As I was sitting there, I remember that I also underwent through a similar situation like Ms. Josie and our Vice President, because when I registered through late registration at NAST, that's where I studied, and I initially wanted to do engineering because I had the science field in grade 12, but then I couldn't qualify. I remember very well I had a friend of mine, his name was Pius, and we got letters that we are not accepted for engineering, therefore we can come and try at late registration. And we woke up quite very early, it was around 5 o'clock. We went there and there was a long queue already. Some people had already slept there. But then the only spaces or the only programs that had spaces, one of them was human resources management. We knew nothing about what human resources management. It was human resources management, business administration, I think there was also commerce, marketing, and so on. But we knew nothing about many of these things. So we decided to choose human resources management because it's going with human. I think this one was better because there is a human element to it. And we registered for human resources management. And when I started at the Ministry of Finance as a human resources officer, it's a career with a lot of administrative, duties. You need to file leaves, you need to compile minutes and all these things. It was a lot of administrative to me. So I had to now change careers. I became a labor inspector, but with a labor inspector, there is always a line. It's like you are at the clinic. You are always having arguments. This employee was fired, this person fired me unfairly, did not pay me. You need to solve out labor cases every now and then. So I decided, let me just apply to the University of Namibia. There was this position, and I am now a student support officer here at Khomasdal campus. They also refer to us as a student leadership development officer. So I did spend time, I studied something else, and I'm now doing something else. So ladies and gentlemen, or dear learners, what I'm trying to say is that this, as Tate Tommy said, or Mr. Tommy said, this is the perfect time to ignite your thinking, to make sure that you get information so that you make informed decisions. So I just thought I should share that with you. And my task is just to really appreciate and give a word of gratitude to every one of us. I want to start by really appreciating and thanking our Lord Almighty, who made this day possible. And then, of course, Mr. Brickman, thank you very much for, blessing and opening our day. Also, Mr. Tatetomi, I'm used to Tatetomi, unfortunately. So, Mr. Awanga, thank you very much for those wise words that came from you. I really picked up the igniting part. This is where you ignite. You get it hot so that you know exactly what you would want. Madam Vice President, thank you. We are having quite a number of ladies here. I think the female population is a lot, and it speaks to us having a leader of a lady. We want women to get empowered all the time. So thank you very much also to Madam Josie. It was quite very thorough. I think she gave you all the information you guys need. She was really thorough. We were just talking now to remind you that when you are going to apply, those who never applied or who didn't apply yet, there is an application fee of $150. All right? She clearly stated that the due date for application is the 2nd of October. Ne? But before you apply, you must go to the bank or to any ATM. You deposit an amount of $150. The deposit slip, you make a copy of it and you attach it alongside your documents. All right? For those who applied without paying, there is still time to do that. You can still go and pay the $150, and then you still come and attach your proof of payment on your portal when you open on the system. So we just needed to also just to mention that. Madam Wetumwene, thank you very much from Namibia Media Holdings. Thanks for being with us throughout, from the planning to where we are now. We've been together and we appreciate you. Thank you very much. We also want to really appreciate the Corporate Engagement and International Relations Department. We really appreciate them. We want to appreciate all the teachers who are present here from all the different schools who came and accompanied their learners. Thank you very much. Your contribution to the Namibian child is always visible, and we highly appreciate that. I lastly want to appreciate all of you. Please give yourself a round of applause, dear learners.
Well, good day, viewers, and welcome back to the Career VX. Now, if you are just joining us, we're, of course, coming to you live from the UNAM Khomasdal campus here in Windhoek. Of course, with the Career VX 2023, with the theme being penetrating the job market. Now, I am, of course, joined here on stage by FNB Namibia, but before I even get to have a conversation with them, I'd like to acknowledge our audience in the room. I think we have students here from the different schools in Windhoek. So I'm going to start off by finding out who is the most lively audience that we have here today. So where is Chairman Mao Zedong? All right, can I get Cosmos High School? All right, where in the world is Academia High School? All righty, where is Koreachab Junior Secondary School? All right, so if I left you out, trust and believe, I will be back for round 2. But as for right now, I want to chat with our friends from FNB Namibia. How can we help you? They are here to help us, of course. All right, so before I start off, please introduce yourselves for our viewers.
Good morning, everyone. So my name is Leanne Rousseau, and I work at FNB in our human capital team.
Good morning, learners. My name is Simeon Kanganjera. I'm the Consumer Growth Manager for FNB Retail Operations. Thank you.
Alrighty. So, could you please tell us about your roles at FNB Namibia?
Okay, so my role at FNB Namibia is I work with talent enablement, so I make sure that the staff who work for FNB are trained correctly. I work with our first job initiatives where we take in youth to give them work experience. I also work with the universities in the students who need to get work integrated learning so that they can get those exposures to get their degrees. And then obviously we get to train our staff to make sure that they give you the best services.
Right, Mr. Kaganjera?
Right. I basically look after sales. That talks to your scheme, to our schemes. Schemes are special arrangements that we have with companies where we offer credit facilities to employees and we do salary deduction. So I'm doing those negotiations for the bank. I'm looking after our contextual lending, which is through our in-store credit solution where we sign up with retailers and we do credit funding on behalf of retailers. I'm also looking after our workplace banking and also after student business. Student business is a division that we have in the bank that specifically look at student needs. Thank you.
Ooh, so I am basically seated next to royalty. I wonder why my production team didn't tell me to dress nice. Now, I'm not even wearing a suit or anything of that sort. But nonetheless, could you please share with us, what does FNB Namibia specialize in?
Great. As a bank, we specialized in 4 pillars. One being your transact. Transact talks to your banking needs, your day-to-day banking needs. We specialize in lend. Lend talks to borrowing from your home loans, vehicle financing, personal loans, student loans, and so forth. And then the third one talks to your invest. We also assist customers to make investment decisions. We also do the wealth management through our SBETN company. And then the last one is insure. So we also do insurance. So if you look at that, we basically take care of from your banking needs, end-to-end banking needs. Thank you.
Wow, absolutely love that. I think we must talk a little bit about investments, but I think that's a conversation for another day. But I want to find out, we have youth in the room. How does FNB Namibia empower the youth to take up careers and flourish? I mean, earlier you spoke about work integrated learning, so I think that's a conversation that I also want to have.
Okay, so what we do for the youth is we do make sure that we attend as many career fairs as possible to expose youth to the different types of careers that are out there. I think when people think banking, they think accountants. We're a very versatile bank. As you've heard, we do a lot of things, and because we are the bank of the changeables, and we do have a very innovative idea structures that we work with, we have things like engineers and data scientists who work in our business. So it's a lot broader than people think when they think banking. So we do turn up to these things and make sure that we empower the youth to know what the roles are going to be 10 years from now. Yes.
All right, so you've mentioned how you guys empower the youth. So I want to find out about the bursaries, the apprenticeship programs that you might have as well as internships. So shed light on that. How can our different learners, if I'm a learner and I'm watching this now, what must I do? Where must I find that application? Who do I approach?
Okay, so for our internship program, we call it our first job, where we give graduates from university the opportunity to get work experience, because what a lot of employers do, they want work experience when it comes to employing someone full-time. We then take them into business and give them exposure for a year. And during this exposure, it is a whole, personal development plan that we do, and then through this, we give you a proper reference letter saying how we've exposed you to our very innovative business. We do job shadowing, we do work integrated learning with universities. When people need these hours, we accommodate them if we have capacity in business. And what else were you asking me about? Apprenticeships.
Apprenticeships,
Okay, so we don't really do apprenticeships, but we do take people in as job shadow to just show you what is available. Again, it's based on the capacity that we have in business and the areas that you would like to be job shadowed in. Because a lot of our things are private and we work with customer details, we can't just have anybody coming into business to just say, I'm sitting here for 2 days, I can't have you see Simeon's bank account, for argument's sake. Okay.
Definitely, I think that's something very important because you work with client. With banking, I think client confidentiality is something that is very important. Whew, English almost had me there. All right, so tell us about the different career opportunities that we have at FNB Namibia and how to get into those specific careers.
Okay, so as I said, we're very innovative, and because we have departments like process engineering and our data analytics teams, and we really do look at everything. So we're not excluding people because we take in engineers and bring them into our processing departments because engineers think different than us HRE people. We think, and so that's where we bring those people in, and sure. We have so many careers, Simon. It
Yes,
is
quite,
really,
there's a
when you guys do make a turn at our stall, we have a whole section that we can go through, the type of careers that we have. Yes, we do have accountants in our business, but again, we have data engineers and we have scientists who work in our business. So be innovative, and that's how you get into our roles in our business.
Oh, wow. I absolutely love what you're sharing with me. So basically, what I'm hearing is FNB has a job for everybody.
Yes.
It's about innovation. And FNB, the Bank of the Changeables, works with innovation. So I come to you, I tell you this is what I'm able to do, and you put me somewhere that is outdated way by FNB, practically. But I'd also like to find out, do you have any special services or products that are tailored for the youth? Now, I think for this, I'd like to go back to you, Mr. Kakajera, because earlier you spoke about investment. So I want to know, how can I, as a student or a learner that is potentially going to university, saving, investment, how does that work?
Thanks. Before I answer that, I think just by raise of hand, I would just like to know how many of you are having accounts with FNB, just by raise of hand. What about the rest? You are not banked. All right, to get to the question, we do have youth accounts. So as learners, you can open accounts with FNB. We also offer student loans. So what we do with these student loans, we know that it's quite expensive. Studies are quite expensive now. So we have a product that is tailor-made really to take care of student needs. This student loan, what we do with this, or how we have designed this product, is that we made it very much flexible and affordable in a sense that the parent can take out a student loan for the learner or for the child, whereby they have two repayment options. One, they can start repaying off capital plus interest, or they can just be paying interest for the duration of these studies until the learner completes the studies, and then we can transfer that loan into the student's loan once they start once they have employment. So it's really affordable for the parents because they just pay interest on this product. And so, and also what we offer is that we also offer student accounts. So you can open your LifeStart student account, and these charges and cost on this, we don't charge you for this products or for these accounts because you are still studying. And also you can withdraw even up to 1,000 cash at the ATMs per month free of charge. So we have made it very, very much easy, accessible, flexible, and affordable because it's a student account.
Wow, you gotta love FNB. If you don't have an FNB account, you better know FNB.
Yeah,
Get a branch close to you, and of course, open up an FNB account as a student. LifeStart. You see, this is the innovation we spoke about earlier, and I think this is why I absolutely love FNB. But This is time for our bonus question. All right, so I'm sure that this question is a question that you've not so much prepared for. But currently in Namibia, there is such a high unemployment rate. So as FNB Namibia, what are we doing to curb this high unemployment rate? What are we seeing from FNB? What is FNB doing to curb this?
What we are currently doing, it's a national issue. Yes. So what we are doing is that as a bank, we are engaging other stakeholders to see how we can curb this. Key, what we have done in the economy is that we are in a partnership with Ministry of Education, where we are providing for funding to street vendors. So we are doing funding for them to buy stock or to improve their businesses, and the government is providing security for these facilities. So that already drives that entrepreneurial within the country. So we are encouraging really and playing a big role in SME promotion and growth, and also some of our credit facilities really talk to that. Because obviously, there is, if you can create 5 entrepreneurs in the economy, you have basically created around 30 employment opportunities. So that is really what we are driving in the economy. And obviously with products that we are saying here, it's really to answer to some of these problems that we are facing as a country.
Absolutely love it. So basically what FNB Namibia is doing is making sure that we have employers and not employees, which is the Namibia that we are headed to. And on that note, I think I'd also like to find out a little bit about the importance of entrepreneurship, especially for learners that are currently in school, how they can get into entrepreneurship, and also the importance of maybe creating a bank account. Because I know for a lot of students or anybody that starts a business, they'll be like, okay, I can start a business, I'll keep the money at home. Then today, let me just take a $20. I'll just pay this taxi. Tomorrow there's nothing, so that importance as well.
What we have done as a bank, again, is that you can open a business account with us, but not necessarily with all the required documents for what is needed to open a formal business account. So what we do is that you can open an account that says Simeon Trading as Khomasdal Home Shop. Yeah. So, and then what we do then is that you can transact on this account like a normal business, but obviously you are limited in terms of what we can offer to you, charges and credit facilities and so forth. So we also have an element of financial education that we are offering, and that talks to really any need that the customer is having. So if a learner or a potential entrepreneur approach the bank and say, look, I have this idea, what are the options that are available for me? We might not be in position, if we are not in position of assisting, we might refer you to another institution that we have a relationship that will be able to address your needs. Mm-hmm. So we are really catering for everybody.
Wow, thank you, and thank you so much. You know what I've learned from this interview is, FNB does way. There is always a way, there is always something. You think there is no solution until you go to FNB, because that's how innovative they are, and that's why they are the bank of the changeables. So before I let you go, do you have any final comments for our viewers?
No, nothing from my side, thank you.
Maybe just from my side, it's just to encourage the learners not to give up. Sometimes as learners you are discouraged because even in your homes there is somebody that finished matric, grade 12, and they don't have employment and so forth. Don't give up. Everybody has their opportunities. So focus on your studies. It's very important. Leave other social issues. You'll get there when you have your own money to fund that. But for now, focus on your education. Knock at our doors. We have all the solutions for your needs, as long as it's banking needs. Thanks.
All right, guys, I want you to take advantage of what Mr. Knock at what? Our door. So if you are a student seated here today and you're not going with his email, I don't know if you've really gotten the message. But nonetheless, there was the Bank of the Changeables, First National Bank of Namibia, here at the Career VX 2023, where we are penetrating the job market. Don't go too far, stay glued to your screens. We'll be right back, of course, with a different face. That is Rita Kakelo.
Good afternoon. So my name is Valem Veko. I am an entrepreneur, a socialpreneur, and just a hustler by heart. So what I do on my day-to-day is I recently just added a coffee shop to my entrepreneurial skills. And my wife and I, we run a tender portal where we host all the tenders that are being advertised in the country. We do tender consultancy. So at our new established business, we have a conference room where we do catering, where we do the consultancy, and we do the hosting of the portal as well. So it's an all-in-one where we're trying to really be versatile in terms of our business and expand from within one business. And so my day-to-day or advice that I can just give other entrepreneurs out there really is find what you're good at, find what your hobby is. And if you can make a living from what you like doing, then that is where your hustling is going to start. That is where your entrepreneurial journey should start. And any journey without God is not a journey at all. So for me, start your day, have some motivation, some flow, read some scriptures, and just, energize yourself. Cut out any negative energies that might be coming your way throughout the day, and just have God with you all the way throughout your journey. And as a beginner, it's never easy. It's always hard. I had to look at my wife. She's the motivating factor in my life, where I look at how she gets up on days when it's not easy, days when there's no money, days when there's no clients, but she still gets up early, still gets up to give that exceptional service to the clients that are already in existence. So once you grow your client base, just make sure you maintain your client base. Make sure that you are able to maintain those clients always, even though they have paid you already on the first go. Maintain them. Word of mouth is what keeps businesses going. Word of mouth is what makes your business grow. So eventually people will refer you. People will come. So keep promoting your business, keep advertising your business, and one day you'll start to reap the rewards. I've been setting off or just holding back on starting my coffee shop, trying to really go into my passion because I love cooking. I do it by heart, and I didn't want to do it because at the end of the day, it's a business. It comes with ups and downs, and you have on and off days, but because that is my passion, that is where my heart is, I decided, let me just do it. Let me have a go at it. So that is what makes me happy at the end of the day. And then at the end, I'm able to make money, put bread on the table for my family. So that is what we're doing. And if you are in a relationship or you have a partner, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, really just come together, grow as individuals, so each one can bring their strengths to the table. Like, I like to cook, but I can't deal with money. So my wife then kicks in, and then she does the money aspect of things. She does the decoration aspect of things. I can't do that. I can cook, I can make food look really nice, but that's where I end. So, and then I'm a social entrepreneur whereby community is at heart. I try to always look out for my community. So if you are in a community, grow your name within your community. If there are needy people in the community, what are you doing as a business owner, as somebody who is setting up business in that community? So go out there, look who are the needy people in the community. Even though they are not able to support your business, do something for them. Because when you bless others, blessings come back in return to you. So therefore, my advice is, number one, God comes first before anything else in your business. Number two, never give up, always keep yourself motivated. Number three, give back. Even if it's not tithing, it's church, give back to the community. That is another way to just get your rewards back. You are sowing in the community, and at the end, you are able to reap your harvest. So business is not easy, otherwise everybody will be doing it. And if you really feel that it's something that you should do, if it's something that you should be going into, go into it with a passion, first and foremost, before the money. So, and if whatever you're doing right now, everything should be sustainable. What am I doing? How can I sustain my business? Will it last 5 years from now? How can I improve my business 5 years from now? How can I incorporate new technologies? We are moving into a world of technologies. Will your business be able to survive? If the answers are yes to all these questions, then by all means, go for it. It's your dream, it's your passion, and only you can push it. God will not fuel your dreams if you yourself do not wake up to try and be determined to go ahead and push for your dreams. So it starts with you and it ends with you, because it's all about you and what you put into your seeds that you are sowing. Thank you.
This on.
Career VX, we are back. It's happening. We are at the Khomasdal campus, UNAM, that is, of course, and I'm really, really just excited. I'm so excited to the point where I had to grab someone from the audience. Rita, can you believe it?
Yes, I definitely do think it's important that we bring people from the audience just so that we can discuss with them and just, maybe you can chat with us and tell us how exactly you are finding the event today.
All right, so please introduce yourself for our viewers, our people watching at home, and of course our audience here, and tell us which school you are representing.
My name is Regina Rijua. I represent Cosmos High School,
Was,
the one and only school.
Love it, absolutely love it. I love an individual that has pride in their school. So tell us, how are you loving Career VX?
I love it. I find it interesting. It's nice. The atmosphere, the energy, it's just incredible. I'm so happy to be here.
All right then, so we did have an interview previously with FNB Namibia. So can you please just tell us what exactly did you pick up, or what do you think you're going to do differently after that interview?
So I picked up that there are offer bursaries, so I'm going to study hard to get those A's. You want things in life, Mos. And also, I'm going to open up my own student account, Mos?
Yes.
And I'm also going to inform my parents about the student loan, the thing that they can like pay by interest, monthly, and then that can actually help me when I'm going to varsity, like to pay for my registration fees.
So who do you bank with then, now?
Now I bank with Bank Windhoek.
It's giving Bank Windhoek just lost a client, Chomi.
Who, me?
She's creating an FNB account. Absolutely love it. But nonetheless, you spoke about, she was actually listening. You spoke about how student loan interest is paid back by parents. So I love that you were listening, man. Shout out. Give me, fist pump vibes. All right?
So I actually want to ask you a question. So what grade are you in?
I'm grade 11.
Grade 11. Do you have any plans to study? What is the new thing? Advanced subjects or
AS.
That one.
Diane, that one. Yes.
Yeah, I actually do want to go to AS, which is why I'm trying to study hard so I can qualify. I want to get those 3 C's and more.
So for someone who does not understand the AS dynamic, can you kindly break it down to me, because I am only familiar with the old curriculum. However, now there is the AS level. So I actually want to understand what the AS level is and what the requirements are and what opportunities come with completing AS.
Well, AS is grade 12. It's a grade whereby your exam becomes advanced level exam. And the requirements are 3 C's. And then some learners do calculate the C's as points, which will total to 18 points, but not exactly 18 points that you need. You actually need just those 3 C's. You don't need points if you want to go to grade 12. Just 3 C's. Which is 60% in 3 subjects of your exams.
Okay. So what you are telling me is that if I'm in grade 11, regardless of me getting 22 points, 23 points, as long as I have 3 C's,
yes,
I am a matriculant.
Yes, you can fail all the subjects.
Hypo. Guys, we are...
Just 3. Just
Hold on.
Stop the bus.
Where are you going?
Stop the bus. Stop the bus. Stop the bus. Where are we going? Right? So basically, what she's just telling us is that in order for you to get to AS, it's very important to get the 3 C's. But before I let you go, shout out to anybody watching, shout out to the students, anything.
Shout out to my mom at home. Shout out to our principal, Dr. Nkechi. Peace.
Alrighty, absolutely loved
Thank
it.
you,
We'll be
guys.
right back after the break.
Hi, my name is Shalez Basan and I'm an office administrator. I'm here to talk about how to compile a CV and the importance of it. But before we talk about how to compile, we'll talk about what is a CV. Now, a CV is the first contact you have with a prospective employer and is your chance to make a good first impression. What I mean by that is, if you draw up a slobby CV, the employer will be uninterested into going through it because your CV represents you. It speaks for you, the type of person that you are. And if you draw up a slobby CV, it means that you are a slobby person. And the employer will be uninterested into going through your CV despite all your qualifications, your skills, your experiences acquired, who you are, that won't matter. But if your CV has structure, obviously the employer will go through it and they'll probably consider into hiring you. A CV is a short description of where you work, where you went to school, your qualifications, your hobbies, your key skills, and your references. How to draw up a CV. There are a few important parts that you should know of a CV. That is, when you draw it up, your name, your contact details, your personal statement, your work experiences, your education, your qualifications, your key skills, and your references. So, when you draw up your CV, draw it up in that structure. Because you can't start your CV with the references. You need to start your CV with who you are, where you're born, where you're from, how old you are, if you're a Namibian or if you're South African, what's your citizenship. All of that small details should be there. And then we go down to a personal statement. A personal statement is you describing who you are, telling the employer that you're a punctual, reliable, functional employee, and that you'll be able to do A up until Z. And then you have your work experiences. Work experience is the company you worked for, what position you obtained while you were at the company, what responsibilities you had, and for how long you worked, the duration of time you worked for at the company. And then you have your education. Your educational background is very important. They want to know where you went to school, your highest grade, your subjects. They want to know your tertiary educations, what qualification you've obtained. And then you have your key skills you acquired along the way, and all of that. And then most importantly, you have your references. Your references are the people your employer calls in order to find out what type of person you were, number one. If you are a good person or if you're a bad person, how you treat people, if you have good customer service, if you have good interpersonal skills, all of that. They find out who you were or who you are if you're still employed and you're applying for another.
Alrighty, you are watching Career VX 2023, where we are penetrating the job market. And let me tell you, it keeps on getting even more exciting. The face on your screen is, of course, Hanchuka Porfi, and I'm, of course, joined by the head of personal banking at Standard Bank Namibia, Sumaya Isaacs. But before I touch base with you, I think I just want to go back to our live audience that are here with us. I want to find out who is in the building, who is live, who is here, and who is proud. So once again, I'm going to start off. Where is Chairman Mao Zedong? Alrighty, where is Academia High School? Haibo. Where is Concordia High School? Where is Korean Junior Secondary School? Where is Cosmos High School? Alrighty, I saw Centaurus just joined us. Where you at? Centaurus. Okay, I see you. But nonetheless, I think it's time for us to share some opportunity. Right, ma'am, how are you doing?
I'm well, Hancho, how are you?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. So once again, could you just please introduce yourself for our viewers?
Yes. I'm Sumaya Isaacs. I'm the head of personal banking. And I'm very excited to see everyone and meet all of you.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. So can you tell us a little bit about your role at Standard Bank Namibia?
Yeah. So my current role is designing business strategy, implementing it, and crafting customer value propositions in order to grow our market share and to be profitable in the personal business banking space. And then obviously managing the risk and compliance for the business.
Wow, absolutely amazing. So you are basically the one that is making sure that we are safe at Standard Bank Namibia.
Definitely that we are also protecting our customers from any risk out there, and that we also educate them on, fraud and being vigilant on not being scammed.
Yes, very, very important. So what do you specialize in at FNB at Standard Bank Namibia, sorry?
Yeah. So I'd like to call myself that I realize our customers' dreams and I meet their needs. If I were to ask any one of these students that sit here today, right, what is it that they want from the bank? And then I would take that feedback and go and create a value proposition for them. And that is by solving customer needs, and then obviously making sure that, that when they are opening bank accounts with us, that their money is safe and secure.
Wow, that is a very amazing way to put it. So if I complain now, she has already drafted it, she's in office, and she's finding the solution. Absolutely love it.
I'm sure it doesn't happen that quick,
Yes,
but
yes.
ideally, yes.
She's the one that makes sure that the process is happening, that we are going through it. Even if it takes a month or two, it's going to happen.
Sure.
Absolutely what I love. Right, so how do you at Standard Bank Namibia empower the youth to take up careers and flourish?
So if I think of the sponsorships that we have done recently for the youth, we have sponsored the NSSR Rugby League and the Junior Hockey program, right? So by doing and supporting this initiative, we allow youth, like everyone here, to participate and excel in these areas. In addition to that, we have our graduate program, where we allow students that have studied in the future-ready skills to get employment with Standard Bank and gain work experience. In addition to that, we also allow our GAP students then to rotate within the bank and gain other experience within the bank and understand it, and allow them to move into their career aspirations. Because you may start as an engineer, but you may end up in risk. So that's
Wow,
ideal.
absolutely amazing. So basically you take my passion and turn it into a career. I love, I just love what our Namibian banks are doing. Absolutely love to see it. So do you offer funding for studies?
Most definitely. We offer students study loans for part-time students and for full-time students. The only requirement is that they must study at a registered, recognized tertiary institution.
All right, so that's for student loans.
For student loans.
But does FNB, Standard Bank Namibia, have anything that is relating to bursaries, scholarships, or internships of any sort?
Yeah, so we offer for our employees internally bursaries, and then externally we have the student loans that we apply for. And then obviously we also have a student account or a DigiYouth account if the student is below 18 years.
Wow, absolutely amazing. So I know that banks work with very confidential information, so it might not always be possible. But are there any opportunities for things such as job shadowing? So let's say I'm an aspiring a financial risk manager. Can I come and sit by your desk, just see how it's done? Are there any opportunities of that sort?
So currently we don't allow job shadowing. You have to be an employee of Standard Bank to be able to work within the bank and gain access to the different opportunities and gain work experience in certain fields. Yeah, because like we said, we work with confidential customer information and we have to keep it private.
Yes, definitely. So I think if we get such an answer from a bank and they're not giving job shadowing, it's very much understandable. Because you and I both know we don't want our accounts on social media just because my friend is my enemy, went to do job shadowing. Now my information is on social media, and that is just a crisis that we definitely want to avoid. Could you please tell me more about the financial fitness academies that Standard Bank offers?
Great, Anyo. You know, we want to create a platform like this where we raise awareness about financial principles and wealth management. So it's for individuals like you and me, where we identify and understand our personal financial needs. And then we also work on a goal-based journey with Standard Bank in terms of creating and building your wealth. For kids, we actually teach them about the importance of savings and investing and starting as early as possible to cater for when they retire. Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I mean, I'm in school, I'm in university, and already a bank like Standard Bank Namibia is preparing me for the time that I'm 60 years old, seated at home. You know, I love innovation. Innovation is what I'm seeing from our Namibian banks. All right, so why is it important to pursue careers offered at Standard Bank Namibia?
So if we think of a commercial bank or any bank for that matter, the role that they play within the economy is such an integral part. I mean, banks have been in existence for over a decade, right? Standard Bank, for example, over 100 years. So, and banks contribute to the financial stability in the economy. So if there was supposed to be a financial crisis, you know, it can lead to hyperinflation, a stock market crash. So it's important for us to participate and pursue careers in the banking industry to make sure that we are continuing the existence and the support and the role that the banks play within the economy. In addition to that, on a personal individual level, it creates employment opportunities, multiple career opportunities within the bank because the departments and the industries within that the bank deals with is so widely and so broad. And then you can have career progression so rapidly. Yeah.
Wow, absolutely love it. You know, Ne, she's now my friend. Will you give me a job at Standard Bank? Maybe like PR vibes, you know?
Let's see. Let me see your CV. And then
you guys heard. You guys are on my way. I'm going to email her my CV after this. But nonetheless, I think it's very important that you highlighted that the bank is not only dealing with accountants, guys. There's more career opportunities in the bank. So it's very important to look into that. And I think she's the right person to speak to if you have any information regarding that. All right. So do you have any special services or products that are tailored to the youth?
So like I mentioned previously, we have our DG Youth account, which is for children aged 0 to 18 years, which has no monthly management fees, and you have credit interest that's being earned on that account. And then for the students we have, which is aged 18 to 25, we have our Pioneer Bank account. It's obviously also at a discounted fees. You know, like if you get your debit card and you swipe and pay with your debit card, your post transactions are free. Your digital channels for registration and transacting is also free, like internet banking, mobile banking. And then we have our amazing payments app, which is actually bank agnostic, meaning that anybody here that doesn't bank with Standard Bank can use it. And we have things like a group save. You have split the bill, where we go to a restaurant and we are a group of friends and we eat together and we have to split the bill, then we split it amongst ourselves. It has that functionality. You can buy airtime. You can even pay your DSTV box office there, where you know we rent movies on the weekends and we relax. Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I think one word that stood out for me is split the bill, because and I'm not trying to pay alone, you know. So that's an option that is definitely going to come in handy. But nonetheless, I want to find out a little bit more about Standard Bank. You know, I see Standard Bank is doing the most digitally. We see Standard Bank all over working with Namibian influencers, our who's and who's. I mean, you guys recently launched the Real Housewives of PayPal. So tell us a little bit about that.
So we are part of this, of Namibia. We drive her growth, right? And that means that we also have to evolve and move with the global trends that is prevailing, which is we need to move with AI, we need to innovate, we need to be digital. And we want to remain relevant. And we want to capture everyone here and be on the journey with them.
Right, that's something that is very important, and I think that's what's driving the digital journey with Standard Bank Namibia. So for my friends that are definitely seated here, that are maybe aspiring content creators for for Standard Bank Namibia, maybe they see the likes of maybe Louis Munana creating content, and they want to do the same. They want to be a content creator for FNB. They want to be a part of the Standard Bank Waka Kids Choice Awards. What can they do?
So obviously, Louise Mana is the owner of Wakamu, and we partner with him and we collaborate with him. So definitely reach out to us, and maybe Louise, if you have a relationship, then you would definitely, given what the theme is, they may consider you to participate, and of course, into terms of what you have to offer. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Do you have any final comments for our viewers?
No, Nate, just to say, visit our stall there inside. We also have lots of products available to you. We will give you product information, and then enjoy the journey and start saving early and engage with us where you want to be part of this Financial Fitness Academies, because it's really to uplift and create awareness and teach financial literacy. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. I'm going to come back to your stall because I want to find out a little bit more about those financial fitness academies. And I think I want to take part also. Also me, I want, guys. As a presenter, I'm also going to grab on these opportunities. And I think one thing I learned from today's conversation with Standard Bank Namibia is that Standard Bank Namibia is making themselves involved with the youth. They are at the NSSR Rugby. We are talking sports. They are at Standard Bank Waka Kids Choice Awards, where they are acknowledging the youth that are doing the most in the country. So I absolutely love that. And of course, those lovely youth accounts, of course, 0 to 18, a DG youth account that has no monthly charges, credit
interest.
Yeah, credit interest. So, you know, you're saving. Save early, like she mentioned. So I absolutely love that. This is the Career VX 2023. Penetrating the job market is our theme. We are at the Khomasdal campus here in Windhoek. So if you want to join us, do please pop in. But we'll be back right after this trip to the marketplace.
From the day you were born and welcomed, until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Good day. My name is David Chikulo. I am IT technician by profession and an entrepreneur. I founded my first company, tech company, in 2018. Quite cliche, but we started off with boot sales, selling of cell phone accessories, computer accessories from the boot, delivering to clients, installing screen protectors, phone cases, cables. We used to be the go-to guys. Very efficient because we were mobile. We then went on to open up our first retail store in Windhoek CBD, which forced us then to broaden our catalog. We ventured then into IT supplies, namely the retailing of computers, laptops, printers, computer software, tapping a bit into networking and data storage, just to mention a few. We managed to, over the years, make quite a name for ourselves in the industry. We have catered to the government, parastatals. We have managed to secure contracts supplying devices and peripherals. It wasn't the easiest journey. If I have to give a tip to the entrepreneur out there, is that take the risk. If you get the chance, take the risk. Take the risk. Business is more of a gamble, so to say.
Hi guys, my name is Esther Nyagumbo. I'm a full-time hairdresser, owner of Hair by Esther on Instagram, and a part-time student at the University of Namibia. I've been doing hair for almost 6 years now. Today I'm here to give you entrepreneurial tips if hairdressing is something you want to pursue. Tip number 1, you need to be patient with yourself, and with that I mean you might not get a lot of clients in the beginning and you might feel discouraged. If it's something that you really love, you will be okay, and don't lose hope. Okay, tip number 2, in this industry you need to stand out, as in like your craft has to be unique. You need to create logos for your business, you need to create posters for your business, you need to be active on your social medias so you get your word out, so people are able to refer to you, people are able to recognize your business. Tip number 3, you need to be willing to take on challenges, because some people might not love what you have provided for them, and with that you get to learn from your mistakes and do better in the future. Tip number 4, there will be months where business will be going slow, but that's totally normal for a business. And lastly, invest in your business. As a hairdresser, you need to invest in a hairdryer, in combs, hair products, etc. Being an entrepreneur is not easy, but you need to learn how to encourage yourself and motivate yourself enough to wake up every day and do what you love. And with that being said, don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's the only way you learn from your mistake and you get to do the things better.
Alrighty, this is the Career VX, and now I'm joined by a learner from my favorite school in the country. My favorite school in the country. And it's not only because I was a learner at the school as well, but it's just I love the school so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
All right, please introduce yourself for our viewers.
My name is Nicole Langerman. I'm a student from Academia Secondary School, and I'm currently doing my AS level.
Absolutely love it. Shout out. High five, man. All right. So tell me, what are you enjoying with when it comes to Career VX this far?
So far, I've gathered a lot of information that I'm going to use. And also, I love the fact that like the different bank accounts the different banks that have been here, FNB and Standard Bank, I've learned more about them today than I ever have from any other exhibition that I've gone to. So it's very informative. That's what I like.
What are we saying? This is the Career VX where you learn more than any other exhibitions I've been to. Absolutely love that. Okay, now let's talk about academia. How are you loving school? Tell me about your school. What makes academia special? And this is not only because I'm from academia. I just want to find out.
The academia community, the students, the learners, and the relationships we have with the teachers, we're all very united and everyone gets along really well. So it makes the school environment very positive. So I personally enjoy going to that school. I go to academia for I'm there for the education, of course, but even just being there with like the teachers and the students is quite enjoyable for me. So
Absolutely love that. So tell us about the different activities you guys have at academia.
well, activities. We have sports, different sports like tennis, soccer. I'm not sure if the rugby team is currently active, but we also have rugby, netball. We have journaling clubs, we have chess clubs, we have debate clubs. Every possible club that we could have thought of, we've made. Drama clubs, dance clubs, yeah, so that's what we have at our school.
I can't believe that Academia Secondary School waited for me to leave to start a dance club. That's not fair. That's not, you know what, I was young, I need another chance. I was young, you know? All right, so I was actually at Academia High School. I was a part of the debate club. So tell me, what club are you currently part of, and how is that club making a difference?
Okay, so as for me personally, I'm not exactly an extracurricular person currently, but the club I was in for a short while was the debate club as well. So while I was there, I was just like a moderator. I wasn't really doing much, but I was helping with like the material and stuff like that. But I got to meet like a good community of kids. I got to get some friends because I didn't have that many friends there yet. But being in a club gives you the chance to make new friends. So that was fun.
Absolutely love it. If you can tell, I can't stop smiling because just to hear and see who is taking over the debate club. You're speaking, you're seated here, you're confident. I mean, before we started, she was saying that she's a little bit nervous, but you are taking it like a pro. Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely love it. But what do you want to say to our viewers watching Career VX from home right now?
Although you're not here, like present in the building, I hope that you get as much information as you can as well, because this information is also valid for each and every other person that is currently watching. So I hope you can note down the information that you get from the different banks and different presenters and the people that will be speaking today. So that's what I would like the viewers to take note of. Thank you.
Shout out. All right, that is it from Academia Secondary School. We'll be right back with the University of Namibia.
FNB's Swipe and Win Trolley Dash is here. For your chance to win one of 12 trolley dashes, simply swipe, tap, or pay online with your FNB Visa debit or credit card. Swipe or tap your FNB Visa credit card to double your entries to win. Plus, enjoy other credit card benefits, such as the chance to earn up to 10% cashback with FNB Rewards.
Good day, my name is Tami Nunyango. I'm a Namibian digital content creator. Over 4 years ago, I joined the digital content creator space with hopes to make a difference within the travel, beauty, and lifestyle industry. As an entrepreneur, I'd love to share 1 or 2 tips with you that have made my journey as a content creator much easier. So tip number 1 as a digital content creator is identify who your audience is. I think when you know who your target market is or who your target audience is, it makes it easier for you to create content or generate content that speaks to your audience, whether a certain age group, whether a certain gender, or a certain group of people that love to travel, for example. Tip number 2 would be provide value to your audience. So in as much as content creation is fun, especially for me because I travel from one place to another, I feel like your content should still be educational and your audience should still be able to take something away. So whether it's the price of how much the hotel cost, directions in terms of how to get there, unique amenities of the property, make sure that your audience always has something to take away while still enjoying the beauty of you sharing the content with them. So tip number 3 would be to be consistent. I know this one is very cliche and really used a lot, but consistency gets you those numbers. It gets you people to recognize you, and it gets you brands to recognize you. So whatever you do, whether it's creating content, be consistent. In fact, if possible at the beginning, have a content calendar that outlines what you will be posting, when and how, so that your audience gets used to, that consistency. Tip number 4 would be to invest in your content, invest in your brand. So whether it is by you getting a rate card, a media kit, investing in equipment, whether it's a ring light, whether it's a phone, whether it's a tripod, invest in your craft. Tip number 5 would be to be authentic and relatable. So this also comes with finding your voice as a creator. So what distinguishes you from other digital content creators? What makes you unique? What sets you apart? Find your voice and create content that is relatable and that is authentic to you as a brand. Tip number 6 would be engage with your audience. Don't post and ghost your audience. These are the people that make you. They make your little community. So when you post and they reply to your stuff, respond to them, even if it's with time, because I know when things get busy, your DMs get flooded, but make time to respond to your audience. Those comments on the videos, those comments on the pictures, they boost your engagement rate. Tip number 7 would be don't wait for brands to knock at your door. You should also be open to the idea of pitching. So knock at brands' doors, identify the brands you want to work with or those that you feel align with your brand, and send in proposals. Pitching should actually be a daily thing, especially at the beginning when you're growing your brand. So tip number 8 would be to identify your niche and do a little bit more research on your industry. So we have different types of niches. We have beauty, lifestyle, travel, food, so many, you can name them. You identify what speaks to you as a person and what speaks to you and what content you'd like to put out. And then you make sure to do research on those specific niches. So don't limit yourself when it comes to a niche. You can have 1 or 2 or 3. I personally have 3, which is lifestyle, beauty, and travel. Tip number 9 would probably be to network. It's very important for you to go to social networking events, especially when invited. And even if you're not invited, find out how it is possible for you to get invites to these specific events, because growth does not come with sitting at home and being on the internet. You need to network, whether it's on social media platforms, Twitter, join conversations, LinkedIn. By all means, try and network so you can get yourself out there, so that brand managers and marketing officers can also notice who you are. So I hope that these tips were helpful for you and you will be putting them into practice.
Well, welcome back, viewers, and you are tuned into the Career VX 2023. So we do have a special guest from the University of Namibia, so I am just going to allow her to introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Josie Ngipandwa, and I'm the Recruitment and RPL Officer for the University of Namibia, and welcome to our career fair.
Yes, well, we have Ms. Josie here, and she's just going to answer a few questions that we have prepared for you. So the first question is, tell us about your role at the University of Namibia.
Well, at UNAM, I serve as the recruitment officer and RPL officer. RPL, of course, being recognition for prior learning. It's one of our many pathways to becoming a student at the university. In recruitment, what I basically deal with is working hand in hand with Ms. Angela Naubes, as well as our marketing department, to just spread the message of the courses that we offer at UNAM, but also enticing students to choose to study at UNAM above all other institutions.
Which is fairly important, because what other institution than the University of Namibia?
I mean, we're the best, so.
Yes, all right. So the second question is, what do you specialize in? I am aware that you did mention that already, but you can just say that again.
Right. I, in this particular question, don't really want to focus on what I specialize in, but particularly what the university specializes in. And putting it in a sentence or in a nutshell, it's really academic excellence. We offer a majority of courses streaming through agriculture, engineering, medicine, various sciences, humanities, law, and nursing, and so forth. So I think in terms of specialization, UNAM offers such a great variety of courses that students can choose from and in the furtherance of their academic careers.
Well, I must say that I do not know a lot about UNAM, and it was just yesterday that I found out that UNAM actually has 12 campuses.
Yes.
Yes, okay. So the third question is, how do you empower youth to take up careers and flourish at UNAM?
I think one of the things that I am so proud of when it comes to our institution is the fact that we try to create a very healthy balance. You know, it doesn't make sense for students to come to campus and all you're doing is just studying, because then that can consume you and can lead to a lot of mental health problems. So when you come to UNAM, you'll realize that we have a very healthy balance of work, which is your education, your studies, and giving you all access to facilities that make it easier for you to study. But then we also have a lot of healthily social settings that allow for students to develop into their adulthood at a healthy pace as well. We have a lot of societies like debating, accounting society, Chinese society, sports facilities that allow for children or students to develop the other aspects of their personality and not just their academic career as well. So I think what we specialize in is creating a healthy balance while trying to attain your academic achievements.
So I was caught by the Chinese
Institute, yes.
The Chinese Institute. So in a nutshell, if you could maybe just tell the students what exactly that is about.
So it's one of the societies on campus, it's one of the longest running and the biggest societies on campus. It is a society that focuses on teaching children about the Chinese culture. So whether you want to learn Mandarin, which is an official Chinese language, or whether you want to learn how it is the Chinese culture work or participate in learning their dances, or even some of the games that they have, like the Sudokus and becoming champions in that and so forth. It's a brilliant society to join if you want to learn about cultures outside of your own.
All right. Apart from that, does UNAM have bursaries, apprenticeships, internships that are available, and when do they open?
So in terms of bursaries, the university in itself does not offer. However, we do have a student assistance fund, which when we see students who are really struggling or who are in situations where they cannot pay for their studies, but they're really good at their academics, the university sometimes steps in to try and cover the fees of some of those students as far as we are able to afford, of course. However, in the absence of the Student Assistance Fund, UNAM works very closely with NSFAF to ensure that students have access to loans. Should they qualify, they're able to get it. So we do invite NSFAF over to our campuses a lot to engage students and to make the application process easier for them. During our registration processes, we also have a lot of corporate companies that offer bursaries, and we invite them to our campuses to make sure that the students have access to them during this time of registration as well.
Okay.
In terms of internship, we're currently working on an internship program to ensure that all of our various faculties at least have one or the other kind of internship program. It's difficult when you're dealing with 30,000 students because you require the private sector to come on board to offer to take these students in for internship. But where it is we are able to, I know for a fact that there are certain faculties that already have thriving internship programs, and they're doing quite well. But the goal is, together with the internship program international internship program being run by MTC, the goal is in the next 2 to 3 years having an internship program for each faculty, so that before we send our students off into the world to seek employment, we've somewhat prepared them through internship as far as reasonably possible.
So I am under the impression that private companies are not always eager to be on board, or what exactly is the dynamic around that?
Well, it's various factors. It's not necessarily that private companies don't want to be on board, but there are a lot of things that play a role. Facilities, are they big enough to house as many students for internships as well? Money, because internships aren't necessarily always free. There are expenses involved in internships as well. And if we look at the economic climate at the moment, post-COVID, a lot of companies have taken a financial hit, and so it makes it difficult to be able to provide enough funding for internship programs to thrive. But where it is they are able to, they are doing what they can. And so far, we are happy and proud that the private sector is really coming on board and holding UNAM's hand in trying to further educational opportunities for the youth.
So just a short question before we move on to the next one. What companies are UNAM collaborating with in terms of providing internships for students?
At the moment, I cannot mention them only because, contractual obligations and so forth.
Yes, ma'am.
However, I will say that the sectors spread over fields of accounting, some engineering and vocational related training companies as well. We do have our education students that work hand in hand with the Ministry of Education as well. Very big partner for our students. We also have a lot of private companies in the law sector and in geology and in psychology who do take on students. But then again, it just depends on the size and the ability of the company to be able to provide for the internship. But so far, I think it's a good relationship and it's a healthy amount of private companies that are on board.
So the next question is job shadowing an option for youth to learn, to get first-hand experience at the University of Namibia?
Well, UNAM in itself does not offer job shadowing only because we're so busy trying to make sure everybody graduates on time, right? But what I will say is that from our perspective as an educator, job shadowing is necessary, is a necessary part of the learning process for any student who's studying. And I think it's something that needs to be made a priority nationally, not just with UNAM, but with any institution, tertiary institution that is educating students. Only because the best way to learn is through experience. And we see how job vacancies nowadays require everyone to have 5 years, 10 years, 8 years experience. But if you're talking to a 22-year-old who just graduated, where did they get that experience from? So I think it's something that needs to, on a national platform, be made a priority, just so that we can assist our learners and our graduates in being prepared for when it is they do go into the job market.
So there's another question, and that is, why is it important to pursue careers offered at the University of Namibia?
That's very simple, and it's 3 reasons. 1, no other university in this country can brag that not only is the First Lady and the President a graduate of the university, but we have so many other really famous Namibians that are graduates and representatives of just how excellent having a qualification from the University of Namibia is. That's the first thing.
Even me.
Even me. Yes. Number 2, I think it's also important for us to recognize that UNAM, being the premier university of the country, which means the first ever, but also the biggest university, means we have the biggest facilities, the most space. We offer the most different types of courses in the country. So if you're looking for variety, if you're looking for diversity, but also affordability, then UNAM is definitely your best option.
That's good to hear. So the last question is, do you have special services and products tailored for the youth?
Right, so currently we are in our application stage, and I know for those of you who are grade 12, this is a very nerve-wracking time for you. We are busy with our late application process, which closes on the 2nd of October. Our application processes are all online. However, for the Windhoek Showgrounds, which starts this Friday at 9 in the morning, yes. All the way until the 30th, we will be accepting manual applications. So if you struggle to have access to a computer or to internet, but you'd like to apply, please make your way to the Windhoek Showgrounds between the 22nd and the 30th. We'll be accepting manual applications. We'll also be present to give career guidance. I know that there are some students who are still struggling to figure out what they want to study, and we will be there to help you sort of narrow it down and figure out what it is you should choose to study. And last but not least, I think it's also important to remember that time is running out and space is limited. So the sooner you apply, the better. The only product that UNAM can ever offer is academic excellence. And that's one we know how to offer, and we're guaranteed to give you should you choose to study with us. So we're waiting for you and cannot wait for you to be first years next year.
Yes, so prior to you arriving, I did remind them that they should make a stop by your store at the showgrounds, and I said that they should not go to Biggs for the special day 3 for 50 wat hulle altyd het.
No.
Yes, no. Yes.
No. The nice thing is if you come to our stall, we give you 3 for 50. We give you education, social life, and excellence. That's enough 3 for 50 that you need, yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. That is the representative from the University of Namibia. We'll be right back with another interview.
I studied medicine.
I studied
geology.
I studied the Bachelor of Science.
You start to heal people, touch patients, you touch lives, you save lives, you realize this is really what you want to do and you never get tired.
Having graduated from the University of Namibia, I was able to open my own law firm and help people attend to their legal problems.
Let's do the things that must be done and make it great.
If you want to do it, just do it. That's what I wanted to do.
So the sky is the limit.
My UNAM, my pride.
Hello, my name is Kevin Boyson. I am a qualified emergency care practitioner, although I'm currently furthering my studies in the same field. And today I'd like to speak to you about how to set and achieve career goals. Number one, make career planning a regular habit. We often think that career planning is a once-off thing, and that's where we make the biggest mistake. It's a continual thing because even if you have chosen your career, you have to grow in that career. So even if you've made up your mind, and especially for those who are still struggling, planning is important. It's a continual process, and the more you do it, the better you become at it. And once you have chosen your career, you will be able to strive in that career. Number two, cultivate a positive mindset. Whether you're in school, whether you were in school, whether you'll be in school, and especially in the career you'll find yourself, things will not always go according to how you want them to go. So remember that life is tough, but in those tough times, you need to learn lessons. And those lessons are the ones that will make you stronger in the career you will find yourself. So whatever you may face, let those things that you face help you to create a strong mindset so that whatever you go through in your career, you'll be able to go around it, go about it, and come out stronger. So don't take people and struggles as things that are against you, but ways that you can learn. And also, it mostly depends on how you take it. So don't let anything or anyone make you think or feel that you are small or make you feel belittled, but that you become a better person and come out stronger on the other end of what you're going through. Number three, seek out positive feedback. One thing you should understand is you will face a lot of different people out there in your career, in life generally. And those people will have good to say, but they will also have bad to say, whether it's directly at you or behind your back. Bad is not always bad, it is good in a way. So in the bad that people speak about you, use that to find out where you can better yourself. Surround yourself with people who want the best for you. And this means you have to humble yourself. So don't think that you are a Mr. or Mrs. Know-it-all. Even if you have been told you are the best, always humble yourself and be willing to learn so that even those who know more than you will be willing to teach you. And once you have learned and perfected your career, remember where you came from, where you want to be, and remember that there are others who are where you were. So remain humble and remain willing to take advice. Number four, be proactive and remain inquisitive. As Namibians, we have a tendency of feeling that someone is coming to our rescue, that someone owes us something, and that mindset sets us back a lot. And when we look at our peers across the globe, they are ahead of us in so many ways. So stop the mentality of waiting and lift yourself up and go and achieve what you want to achieve, because only you know what you want. Remain inquisitive, never be content with what you know. Always, always, always strive to know more. So there you have it. Those are the 4 tips that can help you set and achieve your career goals.
Right, this is the Career VX 2023, where we are penetrating. That is, of course, the job market. Now, I'm, of course, joined by Network Television. I'm talking Anushka Routh, the client executive for, or she, rather, because she just gave me a stink eye. I think I'd rather let her please introduce herself.
Number one, I think they made a wrong thing by putting us together on the stage.
Indeed.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anushka Routh. I'm project manager for Network Television and Sport Rap. That is the television channel that's on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25, sorry. As well as our web-based TV channel 102.com, and yeah, a lot.
All right, so she has given us a title in a I'm very sorry, Anushka. I'm very sorry.
Put some
you know,
respect.
I'm going to put some respect on her name. All right, so please tell us a little bit about your role at Namibia Media Holdings and NTV as well.
Okay, so like I said, I'm the project manager for Network Television and Sport Rap. I am in charge of creating, how can I say, good revenue streamline into Network Television, because as we all know, everything runs with money. And also identifying and creating opportunities for NTV as well as our sport entity, Sport Rap, as well as maintaining and creating relationships for all those clients to come back to NTV.
So basically, you deal with the money.
Yes.
You deal with the money.
Yes.
That's what I want to hear. She deals with the money for anime, for in Namibia, for Network Television. Oh my gosh. All right. So please let us know, what does Network Television specialize in? Because I'm sure most of our viewers watching mostly see sports or mostly see something. Like, what exactly do we specialize in? Is there something specific?
Okay, so basically, NTV specializes in 100% pure Namibian content for the old, the young, the millennial, the Gen Z, the Gen X, the Zers, and everything, you know? So we basically are responsible of making sure we feel that responsibility towards the community in Namibia to make sure each one's voice is heard, be it with news stories, be it with community stories, be it with hard-hitting questions like Toivo Njabela, or be it those homey feels with Danny Boys and it 18 days, or with you with, oh, it's so nice, you know? So basically, we just bring that Namibian, proudly Namibian content.
Proudly Namibian content. 100%. I repeat, not 99.9. 100, and then the percentage.
Exactly.
Percent of Namibian content. Absolutely love that. So how do you empower the youth to take up careers and flourish at Network Television?
So as you know, but I don't know if the viewers out there know or the students know, that NTV is actually part of, it falls under the Namibia Media Holdings banner. And one thing that I love about my company with Namibia Media Holdings is that they stand for empowering the youth, be it now Careers VX, because they saw that the more the youth know, the better they can make decisions on their future. So that's where bursaries and internships come in, where they actually can come and come see how we work, basically become or a multimedia operator or a sound technician or all those tech-savvy things. Or like with me, learn how to sell or how to market and build relationships. Yeah, so actually we do a lot.
Quite frankly. So basically, NTV is the innovator.
Exactly.
All right, absolutely love that. So can you share with us, you mentioned internships. We want to know what internship opportunities, bursaries, I'm talking bursaries, apprenticeship, scholarship, you name it that ends with ship, that learners can relate to when it comes to Network Television.
Actually, you know, Hancho, you're actually basically the prime example of the internship, because you started not, only having your radio background and all that, but then you came in. Now you're also a multimedia operator, you're a journalist, you're basically a one-stop shop as a person in itself, and that's because you actually broadened your mind, broadened your horizon, and that's what NTV and Namibia Media Holdings is about, is teaching everybody not just one career, but actually a variety of careers. So you'll also never be bored with us and what we do. Like, look at you, for example, like seriously, Hancho is the perfect example of our internship program.
All right, so you've mentioned internship, you've mentioned bursary. I want to know job shadowing. Let's say I am studying at College of the Arts, or I am a learner at academia, I'm part of the editorial team, or I'm just an ordinary learner trying to get my matric certificate. Is there a possibility that I could come and job shadow, maybe see how is it done, so I can get on-the-job experience?
Exactly, and that's, again, like I say, we stand for empowering the youth. So we'll never close the door on the youth who want to know the inner workings of a media house, because then it would be like we are not living with what we're saying. We're not living with what we're saying. So it's just, we will definitely be like, if you want to shadow us, we would love to, but just know you will work. You will work, baby girl, baby boy, you will work.
I love how she put it. So you are not just coming to job shadow, you are coming to work.
Yes.
You are definitely, you need to put in the work in order for them to see your fullest potential.
Yes.
So let us know about the different special services and products that you have tailored to the youth.
So like I said, we have a lot of youth shows, starting with Active Kids, we have Gen Z, we have Straight Talk, and all that youth shows we actually have on NTV. And then we also have, again, things like the Career VX. You get what I'm saying? And every time, we just don't stop with one same old. We constantly think of new things, and that is where my zone is top tier, is they always think of new ways and means to empower and also speak to the youth of Namibia. And that is what I really admire about the brand.
Wow, absolutely. You got to love NTV. All right, so back to NTV. I want to find out also, let's say I am a learner at Chairman Mao Zedong. We are having Mr. and Ms. Chairman Mao Zedong, and I want it live streamed. What do I do? How do I go about it? Who do I contact?
Well, you can just contact me. I'm actually kind of friendly, a bit. But yes, you can contact us. We would love to show your beautiful dress. We would love to show that outfit that you got tailor-made to fit you. And it's basically also because everybody wants to be seen, you know? We live in a digital era where you need to be seen through the TV or through your cell phone or laptop or whatever electronic device you have. So we would love to stream it, how your journey also came to getting the perfect dress, how your journey came to choosing that car, because we all know the car is also one of the main entities of a perfect matric farewell. So we could definitely live stream it, broadcast it with beautiful commentary as well, because that is everything we do. Behind the scenes, everybody just sees the one picture, but they don't understand behind the scenes there are so many. We have a mixer, we have a boxer, we have sound technicians, we have tech camera people like you see here. We have a lot of things behind the scenes going to make sure that perfect picture goes out.
Wow, you gotta love NTV once again. But now it's time for our bonus question. So this is a question I'm sure you didn't know about.
I didn't.
And it might shake you maybe a little bit, but I want to know.
I was doing well. I was doing well.
I want to know, what is network television? You know, in Namibia at the moment, we have a very big problem when it comes to the Namibian youth unemployment rate per se. So what is network television doing in that regard? How are we curbing it?
That's the thing. NTV is all about bringing out that message also to the Namibian people as well as its youth. Funny thing, I actually had Ashwan asking me a question yesterday about what the politicians can do to speak to the youth. And then my answer was, you can watch Second Take on Sunday, then you'll find out. Anyway, so it's all about just also speaking to the youth, understanding their needs, and that's what NTV does, is we have these programs in place, we have these programs to teach you, and we're not about, no, we're going to keep you now, you're gonna be us, you signed your life away with. No, we're all about you spreading your wings, and should you come back, we will help you again, because it's all about lending that helping hand, and also about teaching and communicating to the youth about more opportunities. And that's what NTV is about, and Namibia Media Holdings, because again, we are a huge company with a lot of umbrellas underneath it. So if you guys have a lot of questions about the media industry, Namibia Media Holdings is your one-stop shop, even if I have to brag so myself.
Alrighty, absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with us today about NTV and of course giving us those amazing opportunities that network television has to offer. Do you have any final comments for our viewers and our audience, of course?
Yes, be sure to watch NTV, channel 285 on DSTV and channel 25 on GoTV. And if you don't have a TV, we're on oneup2.com, web-based TV channel. And also don't miss our youth shows, because you'll learn a lot from it. Like Hanshu them is working hard to get that positive message out there.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Whatever opportunity she gets, she will always talk about network television, how to stream it. So basically, what I heard from her is that you have no reason to miss out on any of our shows because we are on television,
Yep.
we are everywhere.
We are everywhere.
OneUp2, we are GoTV, DSTV, YouTube, you name it.
Did you know that we also have a digital radio channel, ndr.my.no?
Before I let you go, shed the light. Tell us what is happening, Namibia Digital Radio.
So exactly, like we have our TV channel, but we also have our digital radio channel. So if you just want to listen, because that's what I do, I put on Spotify and listen to a podcast, but now I put on NDR and listen to our shows and listen to the news and everything. So definitely ndr.my.now. It's our digital radio channel. Be sure to also just type in that into your Google search and Bob's your uncle. You can listen to it. You don't have to waste time watching everything. So while you're busy doing your homework or busy looking through things in life, you can do that while listening to NDR.
All right, and also I want to find out from you. Let's say I have a podcast. How can I get it there? What do I know to do? What's the procedure? What are the fees that I need to pay? Because I have a podcast and I think I want it on NTV. What must I do?
So yeah,
on Namibia
exactly,
Digital Radio.
Exactly. I was now just gonna say NTV. Okay. So basically, come talk to me, man, in my office. Sharp. You know, I have an open plan office. So yes, basically, again, just contact myself, comment on the comment section, or just ask Hancha for my number. I am quite easygoing and open to talk to, as well as seeing new career opportunities or content opportunities for everyone out there. Like I said, we are very open and friendly.
Alrighty, thank you so much. Or else I'm going to be speaking like a politician and say, in conclusion, each and every time. Alrighty, this is, of course, the Career VX 2023. Penetrating the job market is our theme. Up next, we have Rita Kakelo, who is going to be here with a guest, and I'm really excited to see what they are going to be talking about. So stay glued to your screens, or you just might miss out.
Hello and welcome to today's Sports Rep Show.
I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraika. In replay, Namibia, who had won the toss for the first time on this tour.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with tennis news, both on the WTA for women's and
I am Fadia Sibrits and welcome here to Unique Medi Spa and Ivy Clinic. I'm the owner here at Unique Medi Spa. So what got me into this business actually started at a very young age. I always loved making my friends look beautiful, so I would do their hair, I would do their skins, and I would just love the way that they felt so confident when I would do that for them. So I definitely knew I wanted to go into the beauty industry. And when I went into the beauty industry, the medical aesthetic course was presented to me as my third year postgraduate year, and then I fell even more in love with that. And as I did my third year postgrad here, I learned a lot of things concerning the skin, laser treatments, all different kinds of aesthetic medicine type of treatments. These has allowed me to open this MediSpa branch where we do treatments like IV infusions, which is all basically towards good health of skin as well as overall body health, mental health as well. And tips that I would give to any young Namibian woman that would like to follow in my footsteps is that it didn't always start, at the top. It starts somewhere. I actually started by just having a little massage bed and going from house to house. And now at this moment we have 2 branches, but this took a lot of hard work. And I think a lot of times we think it's instant, but it's definitely not instant. It really takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And there are times that I would work until 9 at night in the evening. So you need to put in those hours. If you know that it's something that you're passionate about, then and you're in alignment with where your life is going, then it's easier. So a tip that I would give to someone who would like to go into this medical aesthetic industry is definitely to look into a good school and making sure you finish, and also just making sure that you stay up to date with the latest technology, the latest medical aesthetic treatments that is going around, because in this industry there's always new things coming up. People always want to look better, they want to be healthier. This is the direction in which life is really going. We always say to our clients, you can only give what you have. So we're very happy that we're able to treat our clients and treat their skin concerns, because we also find that when someone has skin problems, for instance like acne or hyperpigmentation, their self-confidence is very, very low. So when we're able to treat someone and just give them their confidence back, that really gives them like a spring in their step for life again. So these are one of the things that I am really passionate about. And if you're a young Namibian woman who, if you know deep down inside you really love working with people, you really love making a difference in someone's life, then this would definitely be an industry to consider. But definitely it comes with having good knowledge and good skills, because it's definitely your skill set that's going to set you apart. For us here in Namibia, we're actually Namibia's very first IV clinic. There are a few doctors that also do IV infusions at the moment, but we are specifically still Namibia's very first IV clinic. And where this birthed from was from wanting to help people and only wanting to get the best possible treatment to help the skin concerns and body concerns that we face here. So that's how the IV clinic was birthed, because we were treating the skin from the outside, but we found that we had to treat the skin from the inside as well. And IV infusions are infusions that carry a lot of minerals and vitamins, ingredients such as glutathione, high dosages of vitamin C. All of these things actually has such an antioxidant effect on the skin, and it really helps to break down pigmentation in our client's skin, as well as fight acne concerns. So our MedSpa branch, our unique MediSpa and IV clinic, is situated in the Southport building, Hosea Kutako Drive. So this is in the Southern Industrial area. So you can find us here. You can also contact us on 081 483 4831.
Yes, and welcome back. And as mentioned, welcome to Career VX 2023. But I would just like to acknowledge our audience. Can we please have a Career VX from our students? Can I just hear you guys shout Career VX? Yes, there we have it. So as mentioned by Hancho Kapofi, we do have another guest, and I would just like her to introduce herself.
Hi guys, I'm Eunice Kluter and I work in the public sector at Synergy Marketing.
All right. So can you please just tell us your role at Synergy Marketing?
So I'm the public sector team leader at Synergy Marketing. So technically, you know, what we do is we service the public sector, which is a lot of the parastatal companies.
So by servicing, what do you mean exactly?
Providing services for their marketing needs. So from design to conceptualization to media planning to social media management to events management. So we do it all.
Okay. So the second question is, what do you specialize in?
So I specialize in marketing. I studied marketing. I have my honors in marketing. I studied at the University of Management, which is IUM, short for IUM. I do marketing in a whole, so when it comes to all campaigns, conceptualization, creative concepts, ideas, 360, that's all I can say. It's an all-around circle.
So how do you empower the youth to take up careers and flourish at Synergy Marketing?
So technically, I would say, I don't know how many of you in the crowd are actually keen on being a marketer. Is there some of you that are? Just one?
Right, there we have it.
Okay, so if you're very keen on being a marketer, I mean, marketing starts with sales. It starts with knowing the core of what sales entails. So, and as for myself, when I started off at Namibia Media Holdings, I was in the sales department before I moved over to the Synergy department.
So I am under the impression that every business requires a marketer. So let's say I have a order with me business, right? As my marketer, what are you supposed to do for my business?
Technically, I'm just supposed to make sure that your brand stays relevant. It's a marketer's job to make sure that you always stay top of mind when it comes to your clients, and as well as to your stakeholders. It's very important to have a presence in the market, so that would be my job if I had to work for you. I would also have to make sure that revenue is always driven, so there's always revenue attached to everything that a marketer does. Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, do you have bursaries, apprenticeships, and internships available at Synergy Marketing?
So we do. We have a lot of them actually, but we will only be opening up applications starting in October this year. So if you're interested and you want to apply for a bursary, you already know where you want to study, and if any of the things that you want to study is within what we provide as NMH as a whole, then I would say give us your application and see if you stand a chance.
So for the young gentleman in our audience that did say he is keen on being a marketer, what would his selection criteria be? What exactly are you guys looking for?
We're looking for a creative director currently. No, I'm joking. Okay. So we're looking for people that are able to think outside of the box, people that are able to push boundaries. So if you're a creative thinker, if you're a creative person, if visualizing and being visual is what you want to do and that's where you see yourself, then I would suggest, yes, Synergy would be the right place for you.
Now, in the very beginning, I did mention that coming to career expos is very important because you need to network. So for the young gentleman right there that did say that he wants to be a marketer, I am encouraging him to come and visit you guys at your store, and he should market himself and market his abilities, and then possibly he could be the next creative that Synergy Marketing is looking for, yes?
Yes, so I will give you a 5-minute elevator pitch.
There you have it. So
a 5-minute elevator pitch. Give me a 5-minute elevator pitch as to why you would be the best candidate.
So there you have it, a great opportunity for you. All right, the next question is job shadowing an option for youth to learn first-hand experience at Synergy Marketing?
It is an option, I would say, but however, like my fellow colleague Anushka mentioned, you're not just coming to shadow, you're coming to work.
Yes.
So it would be a good opportunity for anybody that's interested. However, it is a fast pace. It is a fast-paced industry to work in, so you really have to have 20 tabs open in your brain 24/7.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that. Well, the last question is, why is it important to pursue careers offered at Synergy Marketing?
I would say, you know, at the end of the day, if you're really interested in doing creative work, if you're interested in being a journalist or being in the media industry, it not only would it connect you to different people that you never thought you would be connected to, and especially to companies, to brands, to, you know, you would be, it's very important. So firstly, it's important for relationship management, if you would want to build relationships. And secondly, I would say it's very important if you would want to learn how to work in a fast-paced industry. I don't know if there's any other industry or any other company that operates the way that we do.
Yes.
And we still flourish at it. So I would really advise you, if that's something that you're interested in, that you would pursue it.
Well, there you have it from Eunice, that works at Synergy Marketing. I hope you guys learned a thing or two, but we are also nearing our Career VX event. But before we sign off, is there maybe anything you'd like to pass on to our audience today? Word of advice, or especially advice that caters to young Namibians?
Always be willing to learn and never be too ignorant to ask a question. Because there's never a yes or there's never a wrong or a correct answer or correct question. Let me rather phrase it like that. There's never a wrong or right question. So always be willing to learn, especially in the age that you guys are in right now. Be open-minded, always do your research, and always be on top of your game. And I mean tech, social media, you guys are flourishing in it. So that's exactly where we're all going.
Well, there you have it, guys. That was our interview with Eunice from Synergy Marketing. So next up, we have another interview with Hanchoka Pofi. Stay tuned.
E-Ticket, your online ticket solution for events and event marketing, bringing you ease of mind and making sure that your event gets out there. For more information, contact events@nhcom.na.
So good day, future interviewees and listeners. My name is Ingrid Namasis. I'm an HR generalist for the past 18 years, of which I have spent almost 11 years on the other side of the table, paneling, basically facilitating the interview process for all the, obviously, organizations that I've worked for thus far. Today's session would be, or our topic for today would be how to conduct yourself ideally within an interview room, and the three phases that you need to focus on in terms of how to conduct yourself when you are busy preparing for your interview, prior to your interview, as well as how to just conduct yourself within the interview room itself on the day of the interview. And then we will conclude by touching base on how to wait after you have done your interview, the waiting period. So in terms of the preparation of the interview, as soon as you get notification on an interview that is set, what you need to confirm on is ideally, number one, the date of the interview, the time of the interview, and make certain that you know the venue of the interview. During your preparation, make sure that you do research on the job itself, what it entails, as well as the organization that you've applied for, where you're going to, so that you know what is it that you're letting yourself into and setting yourself up to. So on the day of the interview, be punctual, dress appropriately. For the ladies, cover up a little bit, and always mind the heels. No stilettos, just a proper heel that ideally would allow you to run around in the office. That is the feel that you want to have for the day once you obviously come into this role. And aim to be the subject expert, be an expert in the subject, know your subject, and come in with the idea that you want to school your panel. Be comprehensive, have a systematic approach on your answers, almost like an academic scholar, be a scholar, and find selling points and marketing points within your interview that would ideally then speak to your expertise in terms of your exposure, experience, and know-how in terms of the job. And try to be engaging with your panel and go deep and give a bit of flesh on every answer, response, because you are at the end of the day within a marketing space, and the marketing product here is obviously yourself. One of the questions always asked is, what should I ask in the interview? My advice, always do research on the company, do a little bit of current affairs, know-how on the company that you're going to, so that you'll be able to ask a question pertaining to the organization, as opposed to the general question of when will I get a response back in terms of your interview. And then finally, you may contact the company maybe within a week after the interview. And if you are not the successful candidate, since you have done the interview, you do have the right to follow up with them as to what the shortfalls are and where you need to polish up on your interviewing skills. And then ideally, at the end of the day, yes, you are looking for a job. First time around does not promise success. So when we fail, we need to be positive and keep a positive mindset, and also do a bit of reflection and introspection as to how I can prepare better for next time. With that said, I wish you well for an eventful job search. And if you're looking for a coach, I'm in the business. You may find me via DMH. Thank you.
Right, this is of course the Career VX 2023. Once again, the name is Anchika Pofi, and we are penetrating the job market. Now I'm of course joined by the face of Namibia Media Holdings, and you will, if you have been to Namibia Media Holdings, you will know why I call her the face of Namibia Media Holdings, because she's literally the smile as you enter the company. Good day, Francina, how are you doing? I'm doing absolutely amazing. All right, so please tell me about yourself.
Hi, good day, everybody that is inside the house. I'm actually called Francina Sandra, and Kwankosas is my name. I'm born out of 5 siblings, and I'm the first of them all. And I'm blessed with 2 beautiful, adorable kids, and that's basically all. And I am graduated with grade 10. I have a great story to tell you guys how life is going and how God is pushing you in positions that you are not even imagining with just your standard.
All right, so you've mentioned something very important. I think I want to touch into that. Tell us that story. I want to find out more about that story. Please share it with us.
So, the story happens. I'm actually working with NMH now, exactly 10 years. I'm so dedicated. You know, if you enter an industry, you guys need to know that you have to have principles and discipline within yourself. Then you are going to make it. I have grown in NMH. I started as a cleaner when I started in 2014. And every 3rd year, there was a shift in my life. Every 3rd year, there was a shift. In 2017, we actually got retrenched, and then they opened a vacant position for us. For those that got retrenched, and then opened a vacant position for us that we needed to apply for librarian assistant. So I thought, now, I've been retrenched, I'm in the package of going. So they're offering something. Can't I be part of this? So let me throw in my CV, and then I applied for the vacant positions that they had within the company. I got successful. I got to be a librarian assistant for nearly 4 years. And coming, you know, I'm always telling myself, September, it's my year of growth. Normally everything swift in September. August, September, then there's another door opening. So as we are turning into last year, it was not even in my imagination that I could be called up for this. Because, you know, as we are a group of big company, their stories always going around, then I'm like, okay. But normally, I'm so available for any task that I'm given. So as dedicated as I am, I normally was assisting as a front desk officer. Whenever the reception lady was on leave or absent or needed to do something, then I was always the first hand to be asked if I could assist. And then I was available. So that's how, it's like I was actually assisting like nearly for 7 years behind the scene at the reception desk. And so it happened that the lady herself needed to apply for a new position within the company. NMH is a company whereby if you are having the strength and if you are available to do whatever they are tasking you to do, then there is an opening that you can do anything within the company. It's actually about your willingness. If you want to progress in life, it's all about your willingness. So, as I had no, she's going to apply for a certain position. Okay, then I said, okay, if everything goes out, and if I see if this is getting to a reality, I'm going to start preparing my CV. Also, the day came, and then I'd like, okay, let me throw in and see. Wat gebeur? Seker is ek mos die regte mens. Ah? So it happened. Okay, we went in an interview. I was told I was having two other candidates that was within me. Okay, I got successful. And since last year, September the 1st, I started as a receptionist at NMH.
Wow, an absolutely beautiful story. And you know, Ne, I've been at NMH for not so long, quite some time, and I'm only hearing this story now. I feel like, I've missed out on a lifetime because this is an absolutely beautiful story. And I think it just goes to show how much perseverance, hard work actually pushes you to the top. I mean, started at the bottom, now we're here. That's a song I was thinking of the whole time, and I was like, I just can't wait. Yeah, you see, that's a very beautiful message, you know. So run us through your task as a receptionist at NMH. I mean, you are basically the first impression of the company. Once someone walks in, whatever you do there is detrimental to the way the people are going to view the company.
Yes. That is, yes. I can also accept the day, you know. It kind of means squat mark. It kind of means smiley, laat hy is toe gaan. So he or she can come back the next day, you know. Ma, being at the front desk, it's like you leave your episodes, you know. We are talking about episodes, as the generation now. We are leaving all our episodes as we enter the door of workspace. And irregardless, we have to put the smile on. Because the moment you walk in, I need to say, hi dear, how are you? Huh? So I am the face. And so if I'm seated there with a grumpy face, if you are coming there for debating and you find me sitting there with a grumpy face, just facing down, you're just going to say, oh, who's that lady sitting there? Maybe she was just placed there. So what we need to do is we just have to smile and wave.
All right, so can you shed some light for us? Let's say an individual is trying to take up a role as a receptionist. Maybe they got the opportunity like you. What must I prepare myself? Wat moet ek nou doen? Hoe stel ek myself voor?
Hi, my girls and boys, julle moet dit aangryp. Gryp dit aan. You are going to learn in the process. As jy dit net aangryp en as jy daar kom, in the process where you are going to learn. En al wat ek vir julle sal sê is, don't ever doubt yourself. Want ek weet net nie wat alles is daar voorgelê vir jou nie. So, wat ek vir julle gaan sê is, focus, trust yourself, believe in yourself, don't undermine yourself.
Focus, trust, don't undermine. That's what I'm taking away from here. Very, very important. Baie dankie Tannie Francina. Ek kom toch vandaag vir die chips. If you had NMH, you would know. If you know, you know. Tannie Francina, do you have any final words for our viewers?
Ek is bly dat julle kon geluister het. And all I'm wishing for you guys is, be determined. Wees altyd gewillig om te leer. It doesn't matter where you start, but there's always a starting point. So let us not just focus on our education background. Yes, education is the key for everything, but start as humble as you can, because you don't know where you're going to turn up as life is going. Thank you, guys.
Baie dankie Tannie Francina. Thank you so, so much. Before you go, I'd actually like to thank you. I'm sure that someone watching was absolutely inspired by your story, because even I seated here am definitely inspired. This is the Career VX 2023. I'm talking penetrating. That is, of course, the job market. Don't go too far. We'll be back right after this.
Newsprint Namibia is a web offset printing operation that specializes in the printing of newspapers and commercial inserts. We are the leaders in our industry, with the highest quality print work and the shortest turnaround time from computer to print and delivery anywhere in the country daily. Newsprint was established mainly as a newspaper print company, but had to diversify its business to do commercial printing as required in the market. We print commercial inserts previously printed in South Africa in the shortest possible time. We, as an organization, also started printing workbooks for our education system and will also print textbooks for the Namibian market. For more information, please contact print@newsprint.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley McNabb, Creative Director and Founder of Bare Essentials. At Bare Essentials, we make candles, diffusers, mirrors, and we host sensory experiences where we strive to entice and please all your senses. So I started Bare Essentials in January 2021, it was more just in ideation phase. So it was really where I started getting inspiration for the candles that I wanted to make. And we started off with 3 candles only. And I ordered my first batch of supplies. It came in February 2021, and I started making candles and testing them, because there is a little bit of candle science behind it. And in 2021, mid-June, I started selling my first candles. So the journey has been incredible. It's been filled with lessons and challenges and wins, of course. And I think my biggest takeaway of this entrepreneurial journey is to really just try. Every day there's a challenge. Every day you have to learn something new. You sort of have to fake it till you make it. So through my journey, I try to take away the lessons, and I try to see where I can improve on what I've learned and what I've experienced, because not everything is great all the time. As we know, like, a journey is filled with ups and downs, and to really learn from the ups and the downs on where you can improve, what your clients want, how you can improve your offering, and
really just sort of expand your business in terms of like diversifying, and just always remember your why, because I think that's your main driving point. And through a journey with challenges, I think it's always important to go back to your why, because it will just give you purpose and better direction. As a business owner, I have come to the realization to focus more on the journey instead of the destination. Growing a business and establishing a brand, there's so many things that you have to think about, and I think really one should obviously plan, and you write down your thoughts, and you have a plan that you work accordingly. However, I think in the journey, like with all the experiences, all your challenges, all your wins, all your meetings, there's constantly something that you learn every day. And I think it's very important as a business owner trying to navigate this ever-changing environment that we're in, to always sort of try and learn from the experiences, but also take the lessons. What I do, even after a terrible meeting, I always try to reflect and see, okay, what was the lesson? Because there's always something to improve on. For my journey, I started Bear Collective, which is a branding company, where we did branding and corporate merchandise, and I started it in 2018, mid-2018. And I still lived in Cape Town as a student. So we started servicing our biggest client for Bear Collective, which was UCT. And from there, I think I was very intimidated with all the academics, which was my clients at the time at the institution. And I think it was also people that's so knowledgeable, not that they try to, but I think it's very, like I said, intimidating. So for me, the biggest thing was to just learn as much as I can from them. And my major driving force behind running my business is a life that I envisioned for myself. With Bay Essentials, I focus on luxury and just really unique experiences, and that's what I see for myself, the life that I've envisioned. And I think just really narrowing down into your niche and finding a gap in the market that's already saturated, and just really servicing that, so giving people a reason to buy your products.
Alrighty.
We're back.
Ons is terug. But as they say, all good things always come to an end.
Yes.
I am so sad that the Career VX is already ending. I think just as the conversation was becoming better, just as we were getting some very, very amazing encouragement, then it was like, you guys overstayed your welcome, it's time to leave.
I am under the impression that whatever information we did receive was well received. The audience was very receptive. You guys were very what is the word? Participatory.
Yay,
participative. Participative. Yeah.
You know what? I don't blame you. Oh my God. Participate what? Let's do it one more time. You were young. You were young. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
The audience were very... Our audience were very engaging. Thank you. Someone just said it.
That's the word.
Participatory. Yes. Someone
the
go
audience.
edit in the dictionary and say Rita Kakelo.
It's there. I just don't know how to use it.
Alrighty, I definitely learned so much. I mean, from the likes of FNB, Standard Bank, the University of Namibia, as well as all our stakeholders that were here, Namibia Media Holdings, Synergy, talk about NTV. So I think
You're
they
forgetting the very important people, and that's our audience, the
Oh,
students,
yes.
the young people, the bright minds
The problem
of
is you
Namibia.
didn't let me finish.
Oh,
Chong.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
But of course, I think that message wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the individuals that were here.
Yes.
Of course, our audience, all the different schools that were here, all the learners that are engaging or participatory, that were making sure that we learn a thing or two. Absolutely loved it.
So for the last time, can we just get a career VX from our audience?
So 1, 2, 3. Guys, it's the final push. It's the final stretch. 1, 2, 3. Now that's more like it.
Yes, and there we have it, guys. But unfortunately, it is time for Hancho and I to head
back.
Where are we going?
Somewhere.
Yeah,
But of
yeah.
course, firstly, I think we need to thank our different parties involved. I'd like to thank the University of Namibia for, of course, partnering with us when it comes to the Career VX and providing us with this amazing venue.
Absolutely.
Talk about coming to Khomasdal campus during a career fair to come and give career guidance.
Listen to this. To learn, so you can go and be learned.
Come again?
It sounds better in my head. Wach.
Okay.
You come to UNAM to learn, so you can go and
be taught.
I
Okay. I think there's a conversation we're going to have offline. Yes. But nonetheless, this was Career VX 2023, where we penetrated the job market. My name is Hancho Kapofi.
And my name is Rita Kakelo.
And until next time, this is
Career VX.